Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Elena, and if you're new to my channel, here is one fun fact about me. I was born in Ukraine and I lived by the 18th century Turkish castle. When I was small, I could go to that castle and play there every day if I wanted to. Now, I was so happy to find a few new things at my Dollar Tree, and I thought we would use those items to create some farmhouse home decor on a budget. For this project, you will need a vase and some rope. And both of the items I got at the Dollar Tree in a garden area. I used two of those rope to wrap it all the way around my vase. And I started from the bottom, securing everything with my hot glue, and I went all the way to the top. When I finished my last piece at the top, I measured, kind of eyeballing how I wanted, where I want to place the handles, and I made sure to cut two identical pieces. So, because I like to mess these things up, but anyway, you make sure the two handles are identical. So I placed them again on my vase, securing with the glue, and then I decided, you know what, I need to put something around to cover that ugliness. It kind of look a little imperfection, maybe you will say, not the ugly thing. But anyway, so I wrapped the rope one more time around it, and I thought it did some kind of dimension. So I actually like it how it turned out. So after that, I put a little bit of rocks in the bottom of the vase, and then I used this foam cube. I wanted to just stuff it in there, but it was like wiggling, so I cut it and pushed it in. So that was that. And then I got some foam stickers, and I like to add the hearts, even though, this could be a Valentine's project or it could be everyday item. And this is my everyday item. Then I went and pulled up some roses that I got from the Dollar Tree, some foam hearts, and I cut them with my wire cutters and placed them you kind of look in how you think that fit. And mine were all white, and I thought, you know what, I want to add a little bit of yellowish and some baby breath, so it kind of gives a different, the flower bouquet. So I was gonna use just the plain hearts, but then I found in my stash those ones that just the outline one, and I placed them in between randomly, and I thought it turned out pretty cool. I love this little bouquet that is now on my decor stand. All right, for this project, you will need this really cool Dollar Tree wooden frame. They actually have two different kinds, and I was so happy I picked up both of them. You will see another one in the next project. So I took the heart apart, and I used my white chalk paint to paint it white, but it won't be completely white. You will see what I mean later on. But while my chalk paint was dried, I got that insides that came with the frame, and I outlined it on top of the picture that I printed because I wanted to be like black and white. If you have a picture already printed, you can use it, but all of mine are really colorful, so I went black and white because I kind of want the farmhouse to match it. So, and as you can tell, the picture wasn't exactly the right side. So what I did, I just shaded those white areas with my pencil, and I think it worked out perfectly. So after I'm done with that, I used the glue stick. I think it's amazing. You don't need to use any other glues unless you want it. This worked out just great. I placed the heart on that cardboard that came originally with the frame, and as you can tell on the back, it was a little bit of excess of the paper. So I trim it with my scissors. And after all that was done, I used the Dollar Tree Mod Podge all over my little new picture frame that I made. So after that was done, I set it aside and I print out this little wording that says family, love, all you need. But the love sign was too big, and you will see what I mean later on. So what I did, I got my permanent marker and I outlined the heart from the inside because I wanted to have a little bit of dimension, not all, white. And then I went to my chalk paint again, and it was a color of truffle, not hazelnut. Originally, I was going to use the hazelnut, but it was too light. And then I just dry brushed the side of it and a little bit on the top of the frame. So when that was all done, I got this Dollar Tree jute. And even though I already outlined the heart, I kind of wanted something different, so it's gonna stand out for me. So I you don't have to do that step, but I used that Dollar Tree rope and I went all the way around securing it with my hot glue. So after that was done, I went back to my stickers that I printed out using my Cricut, but you can use a carbon paper like I showed you right now, and you can print it on any wording you like and then outline it on your frame using that carbon paper. Or if you have a Cricut, you can just print it out and any wording you like. I thought that was really cute wording, and I just loved it. Sometimes you just love something and it just fits your project's just wonderful. So anyway, I placed all of that on my frame, and as always, I don't know if you guys do that. You guys do that. I always put the Mod Podge on my printouts, meaning the Cricut or just any wording I do, I Mod Podge it over. Just I don't know, just to secure it all so it stays in place. Okay, so this is what I mean that the love sign was too big, but I found those stickers at the Dollar Tree and it wasn't sticking to the frame. So I put Mod Podge again on the frame and it actually worked out pretty cool. I added the little sticker on the top and then I Mod Podge over it again so that it will stay in place. Now, I made a tiny little, like a lace bow, and I made a little hanger on the back. I forgot to film it how I made it. It actually came with a little stick, and the frame has a hole in the back that you can actually put it stand. But all my frames are hanging on the wall, so I just tied a knot and hot glue it in the back. Now I insert my picture back, and here we go. Perfect. All right, so for this project, you will need some Jenga blocks or tumbling blocks, whatever you call it. They are in the toy area. I finally found them at the Dollar Tree. Some wooden plank and a picture again I will be using. You can use anything you like. And what I did, I glued the white shape because the Jenga blocks are coming in like a dark wood and a light wood, so I picked all the light ones. And what I did, I used four on one side and three on the other sides. So I secured them all with the hot glue, and after all that was done, after I put it all together, I used a little bit of popsicle sticks. I cut them. You don't have to do this step, but I kind of wanted I like to use my staple gun, so I think that was an excuse to use it. So I glued those little pieces on the back of the frame and used my staple gun to secure them just in case they'll fall apart, but I don't think they would because the glue is perfect. Anyway, then I used my chalk paint and painted over with the white color. Now, the wooden plank, I could not find antique wax in a chalk paint in a Walmart, so I bought it at the Hobby Lobby. And what I did, I just stained the wood and used the paper towel to clean it up. And then I just dry brushed the same antique wax. I will link it in the description below if you want to know which one I used. And I just brush it the same way, just dry brush it over my little frame, then wipe it with the paper towel again. So when that was done, I placed my little wooden plank right in the middle and secured it with the hot glue. Then I got this picture I printed out. It was a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. It was a couple of years ago. We went to Vegas and we made an appointment because I really wanted to take a picture as a showgirl, and my husband was dressed like my bodyguard by this old vintage car. So I love that picture. So I printed out in black and white, and what I did, I kind of ripped it in apart so it looks like it's old. And what I also did, I went back to my antique wax and I added a little bit to those white sides so it looks like it's old and rustic. So after that was done, I made another hanger, placed it in the back, and I made a cute little bow that we can't go without the bow, right? So if you want to know how to make this bow, I actually made a ton of them during the Christmas. I put it in the video, so I'll link it in the description below. And then again, I used the Mod Podge to go over my picture. And here we go. Look how cute it is. Okay, so guess what we're gonna be making right now? Another wreath. Wow, guys, my husband was asking me, I wonder how many wreaths you're gonna make this year. The wreath's gonna beat the pillows. I don't know. Well, anyway, what you need for this project is the heart shape, the reform that I got from Dollar Tree, and as I told you, I have a ton of this yarn from my prior obsession with knitting. But right now, actually, Hobby Lobby has this chunky yarn on sale, and they like 50% off. So if you want it, I will link it in the description below, or you might need to go to the store. I don't know how the coupon works. So what I decided to do, I decided to weave it in between the first two wires. And it took me a while, guys, I'll not be lying, and it was a tedious project because I had to kind of twist the rope, no, well, not the rope, my yarn, so it will be like, like the rope between the pink and the white one. So I kept doing it until I got all the way to the end. It took me a while, that's all I can tell you, but I think it just looked adorable. So after I am done with the end of the first layer that I did, I decided that, it looks kind of like it's missing something. Well, obviously it's missing something because it's not finished. Anyway, I got this big rope that I got at the Dollar Tree and I took it apart. It's a nautical rope again, it's in the garden area. I took it apart because I wanted just one of it instead of three. And what I did, I used my hot glue on the frame inside the frame. So I hope that makes sense. But anyway, I glued it all the way around the heart shape. And then when that was done, I went in and did my yarn, twisting my yarn again, and then covered those six little kind of legs, I guess, or what are they? The one that holds the wreath. So I just wanted to cover them because I want everything to be nice and, covered and looks pretty. So I think it turned out cute because again, I twisted two yarns together and just wrapped it around those black little wires that was on the wreath. And I think it turned out gorgeous. So when that was done, I pulled a little more string out of that rope from Dollar Tree and I used these two little felt hearts that is actually from the Valentine stash. I tie it to the middle and I glued two hearts together because I kind of wanted more thicker heart. So you don't have to do it. One is pretty cool, but if you wanted to do just like mine, that's what I did. I used two of them together. And here one go. I think it turned out so adorable. It's so soft and all my family just love it. Okay, so this is the second frame that I was telling you guys about that the Dollar Tree had two variation. So I wish I would have got more. I just got one of each and it's just adorable. I have so many projects in mind for it, but I'm really hoping when I go back they'll still have it. But anyway, I used my white chalk paint to paint my frame, and while that was drying, I again outlined my wedding picture because it's my anniversary is coming. We actually got married on a Valentine's Day, but I wanted to keep it all year long. And again, I shaded some of the areas that was not covered on the paper with my pencil, and I use my glue stick to glue the picture and then Mod Podge over as always. So when that was done, I went back to my truffle color chalk paint and again I outlined the insides, and I went a little bit above, the heart, so kind of give it the dimension because I did not want to use the jute since I already used it on the other frame. After that was done, I used my dry brush method and I went with the same color of the chalk paint, which is truffle, around the border of the frames, and I spiced it up a little bit all over the frame. And I think I went a little overboard, but I actually like how it turned out. And that brush was kind of falling apart. I need a different brush. If you guys have suggestions for good brushes for dry methods, leave me a comments in the description below. So then I used my little sanding block and sand over it before I placed my Cricut printout that I did. Again, you can use carbon paper for those wordings, but if you have a Cricut, you can go right at it and have fun with it. It is fun. So again, Mod Podge over it and made a cute little bow. Cannot be without the bow, you know me. So I like to add in the bows to everything, big and small, but this ones were all small, so I didn't go overboard. Then I placed my picture frame back in the frame where it's supposed to be, and I love it. Just fits just perfectly, and you don't need a glass, you don't need to worry about the glass or anything. So I think it turned out pretty cute. And again, I did a little hook to hang it on the wall, and this frame actually comes with the wooden dowel in the back that you can make it stand up. And here we go. Everything's just wonderful. I love how it turned out. Yay, you made it to the end. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys got some inspiration. Let me know which one was your favorite. And if you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe button. Love you all very much. And I will see you in the next one real soon. Bye for now.